तो आज हम पढ़ेंगे नेशनल इनकम कंसेप्ट के बारे में। नेशनल इनकम और नेशनल प्रोडक्ट, नेशनल इनकम एंड रिलेटेड aggregates is defined as the total market value of all the final goods and services produced in an economy in a given period of time। यानी इसे एक टोटल मार्केट वैल्यू कह सकते हैं जिसमें हम सारे फाइनल गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज जो भी किसी भी इकोनॉमी ने विद इन अ गिवन पीरियड ऑफ टाइम प्रोड्यूस किए उन सबको टोटल करेंगे। This suggests that labor and capital of a country working on the natural resources produce a certain net amount of goods and services, the aggregates of which as known as national income or national products। से हमें the labor or capital of a country which is working on the natural resources produces certain net amount of goods and services, इसका एग्रीगेट अमाउंट हमें हमें नेशनल इनकम और नेशनल प्रोडक्ट बताता है। There are many concepts of national income which are used by different economists and all of which are interrelated। बहुत सारे concepts हैं नेशनल इनकम के जो बहुत सारे इकोनॉमिस्ट यूज करते हैं अलग अलग तरीके से, और वो सारे एक तरीके से इंटर रिलेटेड है, एक दूसरे से जुड़े हुए हैं। और वो कंसेप्ट है ग्रॉस नेशनल प्रोडक्ट at market price, GNPMP, refers to the total value of all the final goods and services produced during the period of 1 year plus the net factor income earned from abroad during the year। तो GNP उसे कहते हैं जब हम टोटल वैल्यू ऑफ ऑल द फाइनल गुड्स और सर्विसेज जो एक साल में जितने भी प्रोड्यूस हुए हैं उसको प्लस नेट फैक्टर इनकम जो भी हमें अब्रॉड से अर्न हुई है। The word gross is used to indicate that the total national product includes in it that part of product which represents depreciation। तो टोटल नेशनल प्रोडक्ट बताता है ग्रॉस वर्ड जिसका मतलब है टोटल, included the part of product which indicates depreciation। उस पार्ट को भी इंक्लूड करता है जो डेप्रिसिएशन रिप्रेजेंट करता है। Depreciation means the wear and tear of the machinery and other fixed capital during the process of production। तो हमें पता है depreciation क्या है, wear and tear की वजह से obsolescence और accidental damage, इन सब की वजह से जो भी मशीनरी की वैल्यू जब घट जाती है उसे हम depreciation कहते हैं। GNP includes the national activities of all the residents of a nation which operating within the country or outside it। GNP उन सारे इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज को इंक्लूड करता है which are under the residents of a nation whether operating within the country or outside it। It takes into account the income which the resident gets from rest of the world and at the same time it excludes those incomes which arises from the economic activities within the country but have to be paid out to the non-residents। GNP being the monetary measure of all final goods and services produced is widely used as an index for judging the performance of an economy। किसी भी इकोनॉमी के परफॉर्मेंस को जज करने के लिए GNP यूज की जाती है, इज वाइडली यूज्ड। नेक्स्ट है नेट नेशनल प्रोडक्ट एट मार्केट प्राइस, NNP at MP। Price is equal to GNP minus the charges of depreciation and replacements, where depreciation represent the value of fixed capital consumed during the process of production। NNP MP इसका फॉर्मूला है GNP MP जो कि हमने पहले देखा, GNP MP माइनस डेप्रिसिएशन, इसमें डेप्रिसिएशन नहीं होगा क्योंकि ग्रॉस मतलब टोटल है, नेट मतलब इसमें से डेप्रिसिएशन जाएगा। The concept of NNP is important because it gives an estimate of the net increase in the output or final goods and services। ये हमें एक तरीके से अनुमान लगाने में हेल्प करती है कि कितना इंक्रीज हुआ, जबकि ग्रॉस में हम टोटल लेते हैं। Net national product as factor cost, NNP at FC or national income। NNP at FC or national income is equal to the sum total of factors income received by the factors of production during the year. It is equal to the sum of rent, wages, interest and profits in a given year. So, here's a map. The sum total of incomes of the factor of production is known as national income or net national product at factor cost. The sum total of income of factors of production. So, sum total of income of factors of production is known as national income or net national product at factor cost. Thus, the national income is equal to NNP at MP minus revenue of the government by way of indirect taxes plus subsidies provided by the government to the business sector. तो एक तरीके से ये पूरा फॉर्मूला बताया जा रहा है NNPFC equals to NNPMP minus ब्रैकेट में indirect taxes plus subsidies या NNPFC equals NNPMP minus net indirect taxes. तो ये इसका फॉर्मूला है NNP at FC निकालने का. National income at current price and constant price. When the value of goods and services is found out by multiplying the quantity produced during one year by the prices prevailing in that year, we call it national income at current prices. On the other hand, when the value of goods and services is calculated by multiplying the quantity during one year with prices of the base year, we called it national income at constant price. So जब हम base year को लेते हैं तो it is called national income at constant price. Price is beginning in that year. Okay. Example, Q1 is the quantity of final product in year 1980 and P1 is the price of the year. Q1 को हमने final product in year 19 P1 is the price of that year. The value of the final product I is equal to Q1 P1. अच्छा क्वांटिटी लिया है फिर हमने प्राइस भी लिया है उसी साल का फाइनल प्रोडक्ट. ओके, इससे हमें वैल्यू ऑफ फाइनल प्रोडक्ट पता चल जा रही है इन दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई करके. सिमिलरली Q2 इज द क्वांटिटी ऑफ फाइनल प्रोडक्ट 2 in year 1980 and P2 is the price of that year. So quantity into price equals to हमें देती है the value of the final product. If we add up the value of all final goods and services produced, we get national income at current price. So national income at current price will be Q1 P1 plus Q2 P2 plus Qn Pn जो कि चलता रहेगा equals NI at current prices. Suppose we want to compare the national income figures of 1980 and 1990. We may find that the national income in 1990 is higher than of 1980. So अगर हम दोनों national income को compare करें तो हमें ये पता चलेगा कि 1990 जो है वो higher था 1980 के. Okay. This increase in income may be due to increase in output. ये increase या तो increase in output की वजह से हो सकता है या increase in price may be higher in 1990 than 1980. To get the exact increase in real income, we need to multiply the quantity of goods produced in 1990 with the 1980 prices. This shows national income at constant prices quantity of current period into prices of base period. Formula for real national income, money national income के current year into price index of base year. Price index of current year. Measurement of national income. The method of estimating national income of a country depends upon the availability of proper statistics. Okay, this can be viewed for three interrelated actors, such as in terms of production, income, and expenditure. These three terms are broadly related to GNP, GNI, and GNE, respectively. The ideal national income equation shows that national income or NI is equal to GNP equals GNI equals GNE. To measure the national income of a country, we use three different methods. तीन methods है national income को calculate करने के. The product method, the income method, and the expenditure method. सबसे पहले जो कि है product method. Method measures national income as the sum of net product produced by the production unit in the given period. So कितने units produce हुए हैं in a given period. Therefore, the production methods involve the following steps. ये सारे steps वो involve करता है production method. Identifying the production unit, estimating their net product, valuing the goods and services, estimation of net income from abroad. The next step in the production method is the estimation of net product of each sector. हर एक sector ने कितना किया है. This comes from the gross product minus the intermediate product minus the depreciation during the process of production, यानी NNP equals GNP minus intermediate product minus depreciation से NNP निकलेगा. The total estimates would give us net domestic product at factor cost. इससे हमें NNP at FC मिलेगा. The addition of net income from abroad to this total would give us net national income at factor cost or national income. समय national income मिलेगा या NNP at FC. Income method है. The income method measures national income as the sum total of factor income shares accruing to the factors. इसमें क्योंकि इसका नाम ही इनकम फैक्टर्स है तो इसमें हम कुछ इनकम सम करेंगे. टोटल ऑफ फैक्टर्स इनकम्स. फैक्टर्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन जो कि लैंड, लेबर, कैपिटल एंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. फैक्टर इनकम्स जो कि रेंट, वेजेस, इंटरेस्ट, प्रॉफिट. जैसे कि लिखा लैंड से रेंट आएगा, लेबर वेज, कैपिटल इंटरेस्ट एंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन प्रॉफिट. One can easily aggregate all the factors income over a period of time, and this aggregate figure is known as national income at factor cost. इन सब से हमें national income at factor cost मिलेगा. There are major addition and deduction to the national income accounting. बहुत सारे major additions and deductions हैं in while calculating the national income accounting. Additions जो है वो income from foreign sector in the form of rent, profit, etc. ये सारे additions हैं. Deductions जो है वो होंगे incomes from all illegal activities, theft, robbery, smuggling, child labor, etc. Income to the foreign sector acting in domestic sectors. Comparison between product method and income method. NIFC, NIMP minus indirect taxes plus subsidies. For the sake of convenience, economists suggest that the product method is for primary sector and the income method is for tertiary sector. तो economists suggest करता है कि product method जो है वो primary sector के लिए है और income method जो है it's good for the tertiary sector. अगला है हमारा expenditure method. Because of identical relation, the GNP equals GNI equals GNE. The expenditure of one becomes the income of other. किसी और का खर्चा किसी और की इनकम हो सकता है. Hence the GNE is calculated which will be identical to GNI. जिसका मतलब है GNE is identical with GNI. The expenditure in the economy can be broadly divided into three types, such as consumption expenditure, investment expenditure, the pure government expenditure. एक्सपेंडिचर जो है इकोनॉमी में तीन हिस्सों में डिवाइडेड की गई है. एक कंजम्पशन एक्सपेंडिचर, इन्वेस्टमेंट और तीसरा प्योर गवर्नमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर. कंजम्पशन एक्सपेंडिचर प्रोवाइड्स डायरेक्ट सेटिस्फैक्शन where investment expenditure is necessary to increase the productivity of the nation. Consumption expenditure वो है जो direct satisfaction provide करता है. Investment expenditure in productivity ऑफ अ नेशन को इंक्रीज करता है. प्योर गवर्नमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर इज नेसेसरी फॉर मेंटेनेंस ऑफ लॉ एंड ऑर्डर सिचुएशन एंड प्रोवाइडिंग द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चरल फैसिलिटीज टू द नेशन. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फैसिलिटीज प्रोवाइड करता है नेशन को. एज गवर्नमेंट अगर खर्च कर रही है तो वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर लॉज इन सबको ही ठीक करेगी. इन डिटेल ऑल एक्सपेंसेस आर अगेन डिवाइडेड इनटू 5 डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज. और हम इसे डिटेल में पढ़े तो all expenses are then divided into 5 different categories: private consumption expenditure, public consumption expenditure, private investment expenditure, public investment expenditure, and pure government expenditure. Comparison of three methods. Okay, here are the comparison between the three methods. The productive method is very suitable for the primary sectors such as agriculture, industries, etc. तो product method ज़्यादा suitable है primary sector के लिए, which consists of agriculture. The income method is appropriate for tertiary and service sector. तो इनकम मेथड जो है वो suitable है tertiary और service sector के लिए. The expenditure method is only for the calculation of identical relationship between three methods. It is because we may not get the details of all expenditure correctly. Neither it is possible nor it is desirable to reveal all types of expenditure. ये पॉसिबल नहीं है कि हम हर तरीके के खर्चे को गिने या निकालें. It is not possible. So in fact the expenditure method is only to complete the identical relationship. तो एक्सपेंडिचर मेथड अगर हम कहें तो एक तरीके से इस आइडेंटिकल रिलेशनशिप को कंप्लीट करने के लिए जीएनपी इक्वल्स जीएनआई इक्वल्स जीएनई इक्वल्स एनआई. ओके. प्राइस इंडेक्स. A price index, plural price indices or price indexes, is a normalized average, typical, a weighted average of prices for a given class of goods or services in a given region during a given interval of time. Is a statistic designed to help to compare how these prices taken as a whole differs between time period or geographical location. तो it is a statistical design है जो हमें help करता है to compare all the prices while it is in a whole or different or the it differs between time के साथ change होता है, geographical locations की वजह से change होता है. जैसे किसी hill station में हो तो वहाँ पे prices अलग होंगे and then किसी किसी सिटी में हो तो वहाँ के prices अलग होंगे. Prices indices have several potential uses. For particularly broad indices, the index can be said to measure the economy's price level or a cost of living. More narrow price indices can help producers with business plans and pricing. Sometimes they can be useful in helping to guide investment. Investments में भी ये काफी help करते हैं price indexes. Some notable price indexes include first a consumer price index, second a producer price index, and then GDP deflator. Next है consumer price index. Consumer price index is a measure estimated the average price of the consumer goods and services purchased by household. A consumer price index measures a price change for a constant market basket of goods and services from one period to the next within the same area, city, region and nation. तो इसमें consumer price index के बारे में कि कैसे consumer कितना खर्च करता है और कितना परचेज करता है फॉर हिज और हर हाउस होल्ड. ये हमें यही शो करता है कि किसी एरिया, रीजन, सिटी या नेशन में कितना चेंजेस आ सकता है ये कंज्यूमर प्राइस इंडेक्स की वजह से. It is a price index determined by measuring the price of a standard group of goods meant to represent the typical market basket of a typical urban consumer. तो एक urban consumer जो है, शहरी consumer जो है, कितना खरीदता है, कितना खर्चा करता है, इसी के बारे में है ये प्राइस इंडेक्स. इसी से ये मेजर किया जाता है, डिटरमाइन किया जाता है. प्रोड्यूसर प्राइस इंडेक्स और प्रोड्यूसर प्राइस इंडेक्स measures average average change in price services Prices received by domestic producers for their input. It is one of several price indexes. Its importance is being undermined by the steady decline in manufactured goods as a share of spending. Okay, the producer price index program measures the average change over time in the selling price received by domestic producers. यही कि producer price index हमें यही बताता है कि producer कितना मैन्युफैक्चरिंग गुड्स में कितना शेयर देता है कितना स्पेंड करता है उसी के बारे में बताया गया है जीडीपी डिफ्लेटर द जीडीपी डिफ्लेटर implicit price deflator for GDP is a measure of the level of prices of all new domestically produced final goods and services in an economy. Most system of national accounts, the GDP deflator measures the ratio of nominal GDP to or current prices GDP to real or chain volume measures of GDP. The formula used to calculate the GDP, the deflator is ये पूरा फॉर्मूला बताया गया है यहाँ पे डिवाइडिंग द nominal GDP by the GDP deflator and multiplying it by 100 would then give the figure for real GDP ये real GDP बताएगा hence deflating the nominal GDP into a real measure. Okay. Next GDP deflator for India is 2000 in 2008 is 7.2%. The GDP deflator is utilized as a measure of shifts in the prices of goods and services that are produced in a given country. It is understood that the GDP deflator can help provide a more accurate picture of the current status of the gross domestic product within the country. तो GDP deflator जो है वो एक तरीके से एक accurate picture दिखाती है हमारे GDP की. Because the GDP deflator is understood to be an example of an implicit price deflator for GDP, economists consider calculating the economic indicator as an essential component in ascertaining the current strength or weakness of the country's economy. Next, index number. An index number measures the variation in the time series in a period as a percentage of time series in a base period. Lasperis index numbers measures the change in price for a fixed buying pattern. So Lasperis index for the nth period is obtained by the following formula. ये फॉर्मूला दिया गया है. नेक्स्ट है पाशे index. Number measures the change in time for a fixed buying pattern. First हमें change in price बताता है for a fixed buying pattern. Next हमें बताता है the change in price for a fixed buying pattern in case the quantity change from the base year amount. तो इसका फॉर्मूला है यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है which P equals 100. Index number measures the average change in price for a fixed buying pattern. The index for the nth period is obtained by the following formula. For the above example, we have तो यहाँ पे कैलकुलेट करके दिखाया पहले के फॉर्मूला से स्क्वायर रूट New series on national account statistics with 1993 as the base year. तो यहाँ पे कुछ एग्जांपल्स बताए गए हैं फ्रॉम नेशनल अकाउंट स्टैटिस्टिक्स डेटा है वहाँ का विद फ्रॉम 1993 to 1994 as the base year. In the past, national account statistics have been revised decennially, changing the decennially, changing the base to a year in which population census has been conducted. It was primarily because in the base year estimated the information on working force has played an important role. Working force estimates have been obtained from the population census, which are conducted regularly in this sequence. The base of national account statistics should have been revised in 1990 from 1981. तो इसमें सारे डेटा ही दे रखे. It may be mentioned that any major change in the choice of the alternative set of data or methodologies are considered only along with the base year revision exercises. It has been customary not to make changes every now and then, and necessary major changes are kept for implementation at the time of base year revision change. एक तरीके से हमें एक गाइड कर रहे हैं which what we should do. The present revision exercise, the CSO has mainly been guided by three considerations, namely revision of base year to a more recent year for meaningful analysis of the structural change in the economy, complete review of the existing database and methodology employed in the estimation of various macroeconomics aggregate inputs, choices of the alternative database on individual subjects, and to the extent feasible implementing the recommendation of the 1993 system of national account. सारे अलग अलग methodologies और data दे रखे हैं by the data of NSSO.